Welcome to all who find themselves in this moment listening to this specific message from Iris in the Andromedan constellation. Thank you all for being here to witness the change that humanity is going through. Thank you all to those who seek to evolve beyond simply understanding the reality that has been taught to them through early childhood socialization, institutionalized education, the lenses of religion, governmental authority, and economic influence. The reality is that all these dimensions have been of great service to humanity in the past, but they are growing outdated, and humanity is evolving beyond the need of these types of institutions, authorities, and voices of power. When we look at humanity in the next upcoming years, we see a lot of progress amongst the little people. And with little people, we mean the common individuals who live, quote unquote, average lives. The reality is that in your interconnected digital world, you will only hear of the extremes, for your media only hungers for and communicates polarity and extremities. It is not interested in the story of those individuals they deem, quote unquote, average or, quote unquote, normal. It is only interested in great drama and tragedy. You may have heard from many different channels across this platform and many other platforms that it might be of use to humanity to stop listening to media and news. We agree to a certain extent. As always, while it is good to stay informed, it is even better to not obsess about being informed. If you can reduce the amount of media that you consume, yes, even this specific channel, or any channel for the matter, you will start to find more answers are accessible to you in the quiet moments, in the moments where you spend time by yourself, with yourself, whether in meditation, in prayer, or simply in those moments right before you fall asleep. We would like to say, therefore, that great changes are happening. They are of such great measure that they are not being captured by your media. What do we mean by that? What we mean to say is that if 70 or 80% of humanity is now on the path of positive vibration, seeking ways to improve itself, seeking ways to become better and more humane to each other and this planet, then guess what? 70 to 80% is considered normal, and therefore of no great attraction to your media outlets or news outlets. They ignore this great change and move in human evolution in favor of the even more dramatic stories that evolve and appear in these stormy waters of revolution and evolution. So if you are looking for proof of how humanity is evolving, look among your neighbors. Look among your communities. Look among the initiatives to become better places for children, safe havens for women, understanding spaces for men who have been conditioned and programmed in the evil sides of patriarchy. The reality is this: the change that humanity is evolving through is inevitable. The positive vibration that is springing forth is unstoppable. The negative sides that you see retold and repeated all over your news outlets and media are simply the last gasps and attempts at keeping you in fear, keeping you hopeless. Yes, there are still wars. Yes, there is still human abuse of planet and fellow humans. But it has become so little compared to what it used to be hundreds and thousands of years ago. Humanity forgets that it has steadily evolved. Yes, slowly, but it has evolved. It has remembered. It understands and empathizes more now than it ever has. We congratulate you for having come this far. We congratulate you for staying on this timeline and for keeping the hope, keeping the love, for following joy and excitement. Celebrate where you can, joke where you can, laugh where you can. See, we understand the sarcastic eye with which you look at live, laugh, love as one of those very naive sayings. But the reality is, live, laugh, and love has not been as present on this planet ever as it is now seen in this time and age. But more than hanging these words in your kitchen windows, it is most important to embody them, to let go of bitterness, unforgiveness, to let go of anger. And that is not to say to invalidate those emotions. No, for they must be respected as actual emotions that come through you, but also emotions that must be let go. Feel them, acknowledge them, respect them, and let them go. Instead, aim for those emotions that feel good inside your physical bodies. Aim for the satisfaction of laughter, the comfort of hugs, the beauty of a smile. Even if it is just you, even if you are the most introverted individual on the earth, you can still smile at the reflection on your mirror. You can still say thank you into the void. You can still acknowledge the universe for all the provisions it has given you, in good times and in bad times. You can acknowledge the beauty of the culture that you live in. Yes, even if it has many bad sides or toxic qualities, there is still beauty in the culture that you are surrounded by. There's still beauty in the folklore, in the stories, in the clothing, in the colors. Find those things that give you joy and hang on to them. Not attached, but with open hands, enjoying the fleetingness of it all, for it is just one short adventure that you live through on this precious planet called Earth. Now, Mother Earth has come with many gifts for you, and we humans tend to ignore those. Why is that? Because we have forgotten the ease and the simplicity of drinking water sitting under a tree, of smelling the flowers on the roadside, of plucking the fruit off of a fruit tree, of burying our feet in the sands of the beach or the desert. There's great adventure to be had. There's great joy to be embodied. And if you listen less to the fear and all these negative moments and messages coming through your media, and if you pay more attention to the beauty of the day-to-day, to the sunshine filtering through those leaves and the pets that accompany you in this lifetime, then doesn't life become even just a little bit better? We understand that there is great suffering on earth right now. And even in those countries we call wealthy, many are suffering from inflation and the repercussions of political stances and political decisions that have cut off many resources for individuals. In some ways, humanity has to be driven to see the beauty in the day-to-day, cornered into facing itself in nature, cornered into simply sitting in silence. The moment humanity does so out of its own free will, everything else will change and must change, because the outer environment must reflect what changes and healings have been witnessed in your inner environment. So we encourage humanity to stop running, to stop complaining, to stop pointing fingers, and instead sit in silence with yourself. Sit in silence with your loved ones. Hug your beloved pets. And for just a moment, just 2 minutes if you can, breathe gratitude. And if that's all you have, then take that. Take that as your anchor for that specific day. We wish to grant you encouragement also around the topic of familial relationships. We see that there is great pain on this earth around family relationships, relationships with parents, relationships with children, and those who are blood family. Many of you have been abandoned and abused. Many of you have felt the pain of betrayal from those you have called family. And we see the pain, we acknowledge the pain, we respect the sufferings that you have had to go through and survive. We feel with you, and we thank you for the service of having taken on these lessons. Even as you live through them and you scream that you never wanted this, you never wanted to learn this, we still see you, we still appreciate you. For those who have chosen to cut off family members for their own sanity, know this: follow what brings you peace. And note that what brings you peace now might not bring peace later. So follow peace flexibly with open hands. Adapt to where peace leads you. Do not be too strict with yourselves. Be kind to yourselves and understandings of the vulnerabilities that come with the healing process. Yes, for some there may be a moment where you reconnect with your families, because that is where peace will lead you next. And for maybe some of you, peace will lead you towards even more of an isolated stance, even more of a decision to find unrelated individuals, people who are not of your blood, adopted as your own personal family. And if that is where your peace is, then follow that path as well. We are here not to judge. We are here not to tell you what is right or wrong. But we do encourage you, follow where peace leads you. That inner calmness, that inner point of relief where you let out a long sigh. That is the direction that we encourage you to take. Everyone must learn on their own terms. Everyone has their own sacred path to walk. Walk it with confidence. Walk it even if you must walk it alone. For on the other side, there will always be more of you, more of your own authentic self, and the genuineness with which you actually want to live life. We thank you for your braveheartedness. We appreciate your love for yourselves and others. Find yourself. We wish you all the best. Goodbye.